Hello everybody, it's 6:30 p.m. on Sunday 28th of July 2019 and it's time for new Phone Age News. We've just had a 1.8 earthquake here, following on from a 2.1 earlier on today. 20 kilometres, only 20 kilometres away from my warned area in downtown LA. And we're still swarming out at Searles Valley. We've had a few threes today, 3.4. There's that many. There's still come, but this it's blocked. It seems to be this triangle here. They're coming up against this hard rock, and it's the force isn't progressing. It can't get past it, so it looks like it's trying to get under it. Here's the San Andreas. So I think all this force is going to get into the San Andreas. There's only been these two earthquakes today on the south side. As I said, it's only 20 kilometres away from where I saw the carbon monoxide release. Getting on for a couple of weeks ago now. It's funny, it's just these two earthquakes today are right next to where predicted the big one's going to hit. When it finally gives way. Now I've got that out of the way, it's time for a cow fart update. If you've been watching my recent reports, you'll know that I take measurements from the two METOP satellites data provided by NOAA on the NOAA website, excuse me, and each week at 4 different altitudes in the atmosphere. And I combine these figures to give a weekly average. And over the past few weeks, I've reported an increase of about 1.7 parts per billion per week. I've had a look at yesterday's figures, and it's showing no sign of abating. In fact, over the past 7 days, it's gone up by a whole 2 parts per billion, which is not good. While I was looking at the figures, I noticed the higher rates of increase were at the higher parts of the atmosphere, namely at 477 and 300 millibars. So I've had a closer look at this. This graph depicts the methane concentration in the atmosphere at the atmospheric height of 300 millibars. Since the 15th of June, when it was at a low point, it has risen quite sharply and steadily week by week from 1861 parts per billion in space of 6 weeks. It's gone up to 1878, 3 parts per billion per week by week. Since this is the area in the atmosphere where methane does collect, and these figures are more representative of the official figures that they release, I've projected this to be when methane reaches its supposed peak in the end of November. We're going to reach a figure of 1932 parts per billion. And that is, of course, if this doesn't accelerate. Let me just put this into layman's terms. We're in deep shit, everybody. And now it's time for Space News. This is from the Sun newspaper from 6 days ago, the 22nd of July. NASA asteroid alert as 3 170-foot space rocks to skim past Earth on Wednesday. NASA is expecting 3 asteroids to make a close approach towards Earth on Wednesday this week. The largest of the asteroids could be up to 394 feet wide and is travelling at 42,840 miles per hour. None of the asteroids are expected to hit the Earth. This asteroid is called 2019 OD, but there is no need to panic about it because it's likely to pass Earth on July the 24th from 219,375 miles away. That figure may seem pretty high, but in terms of flying space objects that approach Earth, it is a fairly close distance. The second largest asteroid to approach on Wednesday is called 2015 HM10 and could be up to 361 feet wide. 2015 HM10 is travelling at 21,240 miles per hour, but should be just under 3 million miles away when it passes us. So that's okay. The third and final asteroid to approach Earth on Wednesday will be 2019 OE, which will be 706,000 miles away. It'll be travelling the slowest out of this group of space rocks with a speed of 20,160 miles per hour and is the smallest, as its largest possible size is predicted at 171 metres wide. The biggest asteroid should be passing at 2:31, with 2015 HM10 passing earlier at 7 AM and 2019 OE, I think that means, whizzing past later at around 3:36. NASA keeps an eye on objects that will be coming close to Earth, but stressed that a close passage astronomically can be very far away in human terms. Oh yes, NASA keeps a close eye on objects, don't they? Yes, we know they do. You can trust NASA. 370-foot space rocks. Well, I think there was missing one. It was Thursday morning, the 25th, and I got up and had my breakfast and shower and that, and I happened to check on spaceweather.com, and I was having a look at the near-Earth asteroids, and I noticed this one, 2019, okay, and I thought, 0.2 lunar distances, and it was today's date, 79 metres, and I thought, bloody hell, that was a close one. And I thought, well, I'd not seen that on the list last time I looked, so they must have only just discovered it. And I've spoke about this in my previous videos about them. They can come out of nowhere and surprise us. Well, this one nearly gave us a big surprise, didn't it? Everything's okay now, though. I had a look at the specs for it. No. Come on, hurry up. Where's its orbit? Here's all the information about it. Says here it was first observed on the 28th of June. Well, they obviously didn't have any idea where it was going. As a look at its condition code, and it's got a condition code of 4. And the description is orbit uncertainty estimate. with 0 being good and 9 being highly uncertain. So the higher the number, the less chance they know where the hell it's going. Now on Thursday morning, this condition code was 7, but they've obviously narrowed the orbit down a bit since then and brought it down to a 4, so it's still they're still not sure where it's going. I don't think they even know how big it is as well, because it said it could be in excess of 100 meters. And solution date was only yesterday when the orbit solution was computed. So it was passed on Thursday, 3 days ago, almost hit us, could have hit us, could have destroyed a city, could have caused some serious, really bad damage. And they've only narrowed its orbit down to a condition code of 4 yesterday. Let's have a look at some others on the list while we're here. So that was discovered on Thursday as it was passed. Okay. Now that's been discovered since. It'll come within 7 lunar distances. All this they're named after the year they're found. We've got a couple of new ones on here. OU. That's been discovered after it's gone past. Well, this one's quite startling. 2019 02 OT. That went by 5 days ago, and they've only discovered that one since they found out about us. Okay, and look at the size of it. 274 fucking meters. Are you having a laugh? It's a good job that was 17 bloody lunar distances away. I couldn't. Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at the specs. Come on, here we go. Look at that. What's all that about? Look at the condition code on this one. 8. They haven't got. It was first observed on the 24th, 4 days ago. 200, nearly 300 meters, and they only seen it on Thursday. Condition code 8. They haven't got a fucking clue where it's going. So that could come back. Looks like we might be having another close flyby in 2028. That's something to look forward to. Now back to the sun. I want to show you this cheerful little chart that they done of asteroids that might hit the Earth. And they've got a list of near misses. Well, not necessarily near misses, these could hit. And it gives you the odds against it. Got one here due to fly by on the 40 metre one. 2006 QV89. 40 metres. Going to whiz past on the 9th of September. Early in the morning. A 1 in 7,299 chance. Quite high, really. It's only 40 metres. As long as it doesn't land on my head, I'll be okay. But we've got some biggies here. That's 2,113. So I won't be alive then. Neither will anybody else. It won't affect anything because the planet will be dead anyway by then. What else? Special risk list. 2,000 meters, 2 kilometers. That one. That's going to 1 in 7,000 chance of hitting us in 2880. 2880. They even know what time of night it's going to hit. There's Bennu. That's a well-known one. That comes quite close, quite regularly. And that's only got a 1 in 10,000 chance of hitting us in 2196. I was quite pleased with myself finding out about 2019 OK all by myself on spaceweather.com before it became headline news and other people started reporting on it. I sent all the info and all the specs on it to someone else as soon as I found out about it, and they hadn't heard about it by then, and they promptly did a video, an excellent video on it. Would have been nice if they'd have given me a little bit of acknowledgement. But there you go. And now, something a little special for those of you that believe in bad omens. A crazy black supermoon will happen on July the 31st. So this is Wednesday night. Mark your calendars. Calling all astronomy fiends. This month we'll be having a second new moon, which doesn't happen often, and it will be called a black supermoon. Spooky. You'll definitely want to plan out your stargazing trip for this one. Here's everything you need to know about July's black supermoon. According to Farmer's Almanac, some people call a second moon in a single month a black moon. This is the definition that's used most often and the one that applies to the full moon happening on July the 31st. Well, actually, it's not a full moon, it's a new moon. The term black moon can apply to a full moon or a new moon, and it's the second new moon of the month, so it's a black moon. The term has also been used where no new moon occurs in a month, which only happens every 5 to 10 years in February, because that's only got 28 days in it. This particular moon on July the 31st is called a black supermoon because it will be near its closest point to Earth. So we've got the second new moon in a month happening when the moon is closest to the Earth. A very rare occasion. The black supermoon will occur next week on Wednesday at exactly 11:12 p.m. ET. Is that Eastern time? Get your moon gazing squad ready for it. So it won't actually be a black supermoon across the whole planet because the actual exact time is after midnight where I am in the UK. So I've got to wait till the end of August for the black moon, but it won't be a supermoon. But everybody in the States, it'll be before midnight. So they will get the black supermoon. Isn't that interesting? There's certainly lots going on in the heavens at the moment. On top of everything else, we've got meteor showers. It's that time of year. And here we are on the American Meteor Society page. And if we scroll down, when is the next meteor shower? Well, at the moment, We've got 3 going on. We've got the Southern Delta Aquarids active now, which will peak tomorrow night, and also the Alpha Capricornids, which also peak tomorrow night, and it's great viewing because we've got the new moon coming up, the super black moon. So let's have a look at these Southern Deltas. The Delta Aquarids are another strong shower best seen from the southern tropics. So I don't know whether I've got any viewers south of the equator, but if you're listening from the southern hemisphere, then watch out for these. Be quite interesting. Now the other one, the Alpha Capricornids. They're active from July the 3rd through to August the 15th. Says the shower is not very strong and rarely produces in excess of 5 shower members per hour. What is notable about this shower is the number of bright fireballs produced during its activity period. And I was out the other night. It was a lovely warm night, clear sky. So I got my deck chair, sat in back garden, looking skywards, and I seen 4 or 5, and they were bright and they was white. So I'm presuming they were Capricornids. I recommend. I don't know. We don't get lots of them, but they're well worth watching out for. I never know. We might get a bit of a storm because they're very unpredictable. So I don't think I'll be seeing many, though. It's the weather's turned bad here now. Can't see a damn thing. And of course we've got the good old favourites, the Perseids. They're expected to peak on the night of the 12th to the 13th. But they sometimes surprise a day or two before, a day or two after, with a spectacular show. But unfortunately, the moon's going to be quite bright and spoily. But if you get out of town and where there's no light pollution, might be worth stopping up for. This is a lovely picture of Mount Etna I took this morning. Here's some pictures of a lightning storm that I took the other night. I would like to end by sharing this excellent video which was put together by my mate of the same storm. Watch and enjoy. How excellent was that? Thank you all very much for watching. Keep looking up to the sky. You never know what you might see. Goodbye.